Welcome to AI Unveiled, Hype versus Reality.
Today, we're diving into a fascinating disconnect in the AI market. We're exploring the gap between sky-high valuations and on-the-ground revenue realities for AI evaluation startups. Billions are flowing into companies that promise to evaluate and safeguard AI systems. Yet the actual revenue numbers tell a very different story. Is this irrational exuberance? Or are we witnessing the early stages of what could become a critical infrastructure layer for the AI economy? After working with Fortune 100 companies on digital transformation strategy for over 2 decades, I've seen this pattern before. Cutting-edge technology creates a gold rush mentality well before mainstream commercial adoption.
Segment 1. The numbers behind the hype.
Today, we'll explore what's really happening and what it means for the future of AI safety, governance, and enterprise adoption. Let's start with the reality check. A recent industry report revealed some sobering numbers about AI evaluation startups. Weights and Biases was acquired by CoreWeave for over $1 billion last month. They have an impressive $50 million in annual recurring revenue. However, their AI evaluation product called Weave contributes a mere 2% of that revenue. That's about $1 million annual for a flagship product in one of the most hyped categories in tech. And they're not alone. Patronus and Braintrust, both 2-year-old startups in this space, were each generating approximately $1 million in annualized revenue as of late last year. Galileo, which has been operating for 4 years, is performing better at around $5 million annualized revenue. These numbers might sound respectable for early-stage companies, but they stand in stark contrast to the valuations we're seeing. Braintrust raised at $150 million valuation. Others in the space are commanding similar multiples. In my discussions with executive leadership across sectors, I'm seeing a fundamental paradox. Everyone is concerned about AI safety, hallucinations, and model drift, yet few are actually investing in the tools to systematically address these issues.
Segment 2. Analyzing the gap.
So what explains this gap between valuation and revenue reality? Based on my 2 decades of experience in this space, I see 3 key factors at play. First, timing. We're in what I call the infrastructure building phase of the AI revolution. Much like in the early days of cloud computing, the tools that will eventually become essential aren't yet viewed as must-haves. They're still seen as nice-to-haves. Second, the sales cycle challenge. Enterprise customers, especially in regulated industries, have lengthy procurement processes. Initial contracts for companies like Galileo typically range from $100,000 to $250,000. These are not small commitments. These deals take time to close, creating a natural lag between market interest and revenue realization. And third, the market is still figuring out who owns the AI quality assurance function within organizations. Is it the data science team? Risk management? Compliance? Without clear ownership, purchasing decisions get delayed. What we're seeing across the industry is a textbook example of the technology adoption curve. We have the innovators and early adopters actively experimenting, but the early majority hasn't yet committed significant budgets.
Segment 3. Catalysts for growth.
However, there are clear catalysts on the horizon that could accelerate adoption of AI evaluation tools. The most significant is the rise of open-source AI models. As models like DeepSeek gain traction, more companies are exploring building and fine-tuning their own AI systems. This shift creates an immediate need for robust evaluation frameworks. When you're using someone else's model through an API, you're essentially outsourcing some of the safety concerns. But when you're running your own models in production, the responsibility falls entirely on you. A recent client faced similar challenges when transitioning from commercial AIAPIS to deploying open source models. They quickly discovered that without proper evaluation tooling, they had no systematic way to detect performance issues or safety concerns. Regulatory pressure is another catalyst. As governments worldwide develop AI safety frameworks, formal evaluation of model behavior will likely become mandatory for high-risk applications. The combination of these factors suggests that while revenue growth has been modest so far, we could be approaching an inflection point where demand accelerates rapidly.
Segment 4. Real-world applications.
Let's look at how these evaluation tools are being applied in the real world today. Case Study 1, a global financial services firm implemented Galileo's evaluation tools to monitor their customer service. AI system across multiple languages. The platform helped them identify that their model was exhibiting cultural biases in certain markets, creating potential compliance risks. By establishing continuous evaluation, they were able to detect and address these issues before they impacted customers. Case Study 2. A healthcare AI developer used Braintrust's evaluation platform to test their diagnostic assistance models. The systematic evaluation uncovered edge cases where the model would occasionally hallucinate symptoms that weren't present in patient data. This discovery allowed them to implement guardrails specifically targeting these scenarios. Case Study 3. A retail conglomerate deployed Weights and Biases Weave tool to evaluate an inventory management AI system. The evaluation revealed that the model performed poorly during seasonal transitions, leading to inventory imbalances. With this insight, they were able to adjust their training data and fine-tuning approach. What's notable across these examples is that systematic evaluation didn't just improve AI safety. It delivered tangible business benefits by preventing costly mistakes and improving performance.
Segment 5. Strategic Takeaways.
So, what are the strategic takeaways for businesses navigating this landscape? First, recognize that AI evaluation will transition from optional to essential as your AI deployment matures. Building evaluation capabilities into your AI governance framework from the beginning will save significant remediation costs later. Second, don't wait for perfect tools. Start with a minimum viable evaluation process. Even basic testing for hallucinations, biases, and performance degradation across key metrics can provide valuable protection. Third, as you evaluate vendors in this space, look beyond the technical capabilities to their integration with your existing workflows. The most sophisticated evaluation tools are worthless if they're not actually used by your teams. And finally, consider the emerging synergy between AI monitoring and traditional cybersecurity. In many organizations, these functions are beginning to converge as AI systems become critical infrastructure, requiring the same level of protection and oversight as other key systems. As we wrap up today's episode, let's return to the fundamental question. Is the market for AI evaluation tools experiencing a disconnect between hype and reality? The answer is both yes and no. Yes, there's currently a gap between valuations and revenue. But no, this doesn't necessarily indicate irrational exuberance. What we're witnessing is the early construction of what will become a critical layer in the AI ecosystem, much like how cybersecurity evolved from an afterthought to an essential business function. AI evaluation is following a similar trajectory. In my 25 years working in technology, I've learned that the most transformative tools often start with modest adoption before becoming indispensable. AI evaluation appears to be following this pattern, so keep a close eye on this space. The companies building these tools today may well be developing the foundational safety infrastructure for our AI-powered future. This has been Asif Waliuddin for AI Unveiled. Until next time, stay informed, stay skeptical, and stay ahead of the AI revolution.